Welcome back to BTS Beans FF's disclaimer. Wine is currently sitting down in her bed studying for the upcoming exam. She was looking quite annoyed about something. Her earphones are in and she's listening to music on her phone. But then suddenly her phone rings and it was Jungkook, her best friend, who was also her secret crush, who was calling her. As she immediately answered the call, hello, she speaks softly, her annoyance long gone. In fact, there was a soft smile on her lips now. Hey gorgeous, what are you up to? This preparing for upcoming exams. Here there she's studying. He suddenly has a cheeky idea in his evil brain. You should stop studying and spend some time with me. You seems like you need a break. One raised a brow in confusion. Why would suddenly Jungkook talk something like this? It totally doesn't seem like him. Excuse me? Jungkook wanted to have some fun with her. He loved seeing her confused and flustered like that, so he decided to continue his act. You hate me. Come spend some time with me instead. Come on, I don't. Unless you want me to. He drawled huskily, and her cheeks flushed as a tint of hue covered her cheeks. I'm sorry, Jungkook. It's order 9, and my curfew time started. That sounds bad. Okay, then I shall let you study. Take care. See you in university tomorrow. Okay, bye. Bye, beautiful. Hope you have a good night. When entered class, her eyes roaming around to find someone who had a special place in her heart. And as soon as she saw him, a smile crossed her lips as he waved towards him and her bestie Mia. Hey everyone, she chirped happily. He smiles to himself and also waves back at her. Hey my beautiful baby boo, you look as bright as the sun today. I love that cute little smile and your lovely presence. So are you? Damn, you're really trying to get her to blush today, aren't you, Jungkook? Of course. You know I love to make my lady blush. When cheeks turned more pink as she bit her lower lip to restrain herself. Taking few steps, she went towards him as he smacked his head with the books in her hand. Stop the act already, Jion, she hissed in warning, as by now everyone was looking at them, and one was feeling embarrassed. Oh, who was that for? You know, you shouldn't hurt your oppa like that, you little one. Shut up, you silly oppa. Damn, already with insults this early. They always have this kind of relationship though. Jungkook was once best friend and probably he knows too that he was her crush too. That's why he loves to chase her every chance she got. As much as his words flutter her heart, Win always acts like it didn't, and she don't care about whatever he is saying. Yeah, stop talking like that. I know you like me, especially when I make you blush. He smirks. Just stop with this act of yours, Jungkook. Make me then. Come on, hit me with your pretty lip books, or come on, make that cute little angry pout. What annoy you? Oh, that face is just adorable. Please do it. Do it for you, Oppa. Wine grits her teeth, getting annoyed. Now, does he hit his head somewhere because he was surely acting weird? Jeon Jungkook. You're making a scene in morning, so drop this act. Before one fight further, teacher enters in class and she silently sit on other seat with Mia after giving Jungkook a last glare. Well, at least I got to see my baby's cute angry face again. When he heard him saying, make her roll her face. Wine and Mia work on the sitting at a table eating their lunch until a random guy walks up to them and starts talking to Wine. Hey, beautiful, I think you dropped this. Huh? What? He tries to get Wine's attention and start with her right in front of Mia. Oh, Alex, you're so funny, Wine muttered as she looks around to find Jungkook but got disappointed to see him nowhere. Surely he was her crush from a long time, but she was always afraid to confront him and tell him her real feelings. Damn, can I just say that you're looking really beautiful today? And plus, this place is really boring. How about we go to ourselves some drinks together? I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Moreover, I don't like going out, she denied politely. You don't need to be scared, sweetheart. It shall be just two of us, and we shall be having in some beverages and nothing more than that. How about it? One was not too sure about this. She just wanted to sit back down at her seat until Mia interrupted them. Hey, you, how about you leave us alone and get out of here? Can't you see that she is not interested in you? She retorted in annoyance, confidence laced in her every word, while Gwen just pursed her lips in thin line to not start laughing. Alex had shot up towards me and Frey. Don't you try to. And if you don't leave us alone, I shall kick you out myself. Or you think you can kick me out? Let's see it then. Who's better in that? And show everyone here with who's a real menace. Shut this mouth of yours if you want to use it again. A deep growl echoes in Cafeteria, making them startle. One immediately recognized the deep growl. It was Jungkook. She could recognize that voice anywhere. Jung always had a way of speaking that was just so calming to her, but the way he just spoke made a little tingly feeling go down her spine for some reason, while her heart skips a beat. Oh, what are you gonna do about it, huh? Jacob came towards them as he pulled him from chair. Those things whom you never expect to leave. We forgot where we are and you and end up in hospital. His voice have a warning as Alex got signal and immediately left from there in a second. Jungkook's eyes. When watched as Jungkook made the other guy leave, her heart was beating like crazy when she saw how Jungkook got in defense for her. It was nothing new, but what she likes more was it was not just her. He respects all women equally. She was still fangirling how he grabbed Alex and how he stood up for her like that. She started blushing intensely while she remembered how he spoke in that deep, rough voice when all the stuff the way he spoke. Relax, Jungkook, she murmured softly in an attempt to calm him because he clearly seems it for it. Jungkook turned his gaze over to Wan and his eyes softened. Seeing her cute face instantly made him calm down. Hey, you alright? Both girls sound insanic. Good. That idiot deserves that. If you ever see him again and he tries to do anything, tell me about it immediately. I should take care of it. Wow, Oppa, so protective. Shit is, but thank you. No problem, girl. What kind of Oppa would I be if I let anything happen to my ladies? Wen rolls her eyes in annoyance. John, did you really hit your brain with something yesterday? You're skeptically acting so weird. He pretended to feel hurt, but that comment by faking a pout and then chuck up. Ouch, that hurts. And here I am just trying to be a nice oppa. You're breaking my heart when your oppa is very hurt right now. Yeah, yeah, glad to know. She smiles. Ouch, you have a cruel heart, darling. I shall tell you that. It's so cold and dark, but I still like it because it's yours. Jungkook always loves to tease her and made her mad. But seeing those rosy cheeks of hers and seeing her annoyed face made something twist in his heart. Just shut this mouth of yours, she hissed in anger. Or else what? Will you hear me? Throw books at me? Oh my god, shut up. She almost shouted, getting up from seat and leave from there. Yuki was shocked as he pushed her to that extent that she almost shouted at him. He didn't know if he should apologize or just let her be. Deep down, he knew he went too far. This time, J.K. said as did a sorry underneath his breath, looking her going from there. Jung had a long, restless night of sleep. He tossed and turned all night, dreaming and thinking about her, and when he woke up this morning, he still couldn't get her off his mind. Jung was currently walking around looking for Wei, and she was not at her usual seat as she always was. He thought maybe she came a bit later, so he just waited on his seat for her. He didn't show it, but he was worried for her. The second he saw her inside, his heart began to beat faster. A warm feeling spread through his body. But as soon as Wen saw him, she turned the direction, completely ignoring his presence. His face fell, and a wave of disappointment came over him to see her like that. He thought that she was just avoiding him and ignoring him on purpose. He could already feel his heart cracking. It hurt him a lot, but he knew he deserved it. He was the one who pushed her to her breaking point yesterday. Half day passed and Wanda realized she's overreacting, so she went to apologize to Cook in library, where he was studying with his friends. It took her a few minutes, but finally she found him in a quiet corner where he was studying with his friends. Hey Jungkook, he looks up but didn't respond like usual. I think I overreacted. Sorry, he just nods in the response. It's fine. One smile, leaving a sigh of relief. She sat there for a while and then left, but when she was about to go towards her classroom, she realized she had left her phone there as she went back towards the library. But what she did next breaks her heart into a million billion pieces as her right turns gloomy and soon her tears start dripping from her eyes. She's so clinging and non. I honestly hate these kind of girls, but she likes you, right? Jungkook scoffs in disbelief. Do you think if somebody likes someone, he or she will like this way? Won't they just accept the simple fact that the other person is not interested in them and let them live peacefully? Instead of stubbornness, he scoffs. Even a kid who didn't even knew meaning of anything have more dignity and self-respect. But no, of course she don't have any. One can't take it anymore. She hears everything by putting her hand on her mouth in an attempt to muffle her sobs so she don't get noticed easily. But by now she don't have any willpower to stay there and be hear her disrespect as if it's nothing. Tears of pain and hatred would continuously dripping from her eyes as she immediately ran away from there, crying in pain. Jung saw her crying and everything suddenly stopped for him. The words he had been saying few seconds ago went out of his mind, the only thing he could see her crying, and that is enough to make his heart throb in pain. He felt an immense urge to run after her. Like he wanted to kick himself for making her cry, but he had already done it. He stood there frozen to his place. One can handle this pain. They were best friends, and she was sure, she have crush on him too. Just yesterday he was just chasing her, and today. The next few days she didn't attend university, and when she came back, it was her new personality, a cold and emotionless girl. When what happened? At least you can share it with me. One smiles, idly, relax, everything is fine. One felt a lump in her throat. She knew Mia was just trying to help her, but one couldn't bring herself to tell her the actual truth. Well, one thing was for sure, she will never annoy Jungkook or even get close to him or talk with him ever again. Hey, both of you, he chirped enthusiastically. How have you been, Wen? Was everything alright? You did it at university. Everything is fine, the reply came dryly in just 2 words. Moreover, she didn't dare to look up towards him. Jungkook's smile fell. The enthusiasm immediately faded from his face when he heard Wen. She didn't even look up at him to look him in the eyes. He could feel the heart crack even more. It hurted to know that Wen, his cute baby girl, was ignoring him to such extent. Oh, alright then. I'm just gonna go to my seat now. Jungkook muttered and walked away. Sitting down at his seat, a wave of sadness washed over him. Just in a few days, Jungkook started experiencing his worst nightmare. Jungkook tripped while playing as he got. One was there to see match like always. He had expected she will give him a bandage, but one didn't even spare him a single glance. For some unknown reason, it hurts him. He came to university empty stomach like always. Surely Wen had prepared some snacks or something to eat for him before he came, but when he didn't found anything, he slightly turned backward to see her, who was sitting on a far corner. But what broke his heart was she had given a granola bar to someone else named Senbin, and what offended him more was that guy was actually Alex's friend. And there are countless incidents like this where Jungkook was no more part of Wen's life anymore. After a series of incidents of Wen completely ignoring him, Jungkook's heart was completely broken and shattered into tiny pieces. He never thought it would hurt him like this, seeing Wen give food to somebody else but him. Over the months, Wen had completely changed into someone he couldn't recognize anymore. She always had cold and reserved, never smiling or laughing at him, and never looked at him in the eyes as she used to. It's been more than a month, and Jungkook can't take it anymore. It was midnight when Wen hit a doorbell, but as soon as she opened the door, her eyes widened to see Jungkook there. Wen immediately froze upon the sight of Jungkook. He was standing outside of her house, completely drenched, One could see all the water dripping down his face, his clothes were all drenched, and he looked as if he was out of breath. Jungkook, why are you here? Won't you invite me inside? After all, it's heavy rainfall outside. He chuckled slightly. One want to say no, but she sighs as she invite him in her apartment and give him a towel to dry. I shall make coffee for you. He nods, but instead of sitting in the living room, he comes behind her. One bite her bottom lip when she felt Jungkook trailing after her as he stood right behind her. One could feel the radiating from his body. She stared for a second, feeling his warmth on her back. She could almost feel his breath on her skin as she slightly shivered with his presence, but she composed herself and continued making coffee for him. Please take a seat, she told him calmly as she poured some black coffee in a cup for him from the kettle. She was about to give him the cup, but he was nowhere in sight. Her room door was open, and when she went there, her eyes widened in shock, seeing him sitting right in her bed. She never wanted anybody on her bed, and especially him out of anyone else. What are you doing? Get off there. Warren tried to get him off her bed, but instead he firmly grabbed her waist and pulled her on the bed with him. Why do you harm me now? One's eyes widened in shock. Was he being serious? But before she argues, one felt his hand around her waist as he made her. But what made her snap was the look on his face. She felt a wave of anger wash over her. You're serious right now. Are you really that clueless about the reason why I started to hate you? He slightly looks down in shame. You hear everything in the library, I know. One scoffs in disdain. And still you have the audacity to ask me this question. Jigu looked at her with wide, puppy-like eyes. One always found them cute, but now it was making her even more angry that he was looking at her with those eyes. But the anger slowly started to fade away as she looks at him. She could see the shame and sadness in his eyes as he sighs in frustration. So you know why I hate you, yet you want to hear it from me. Very well, I guess I should tell you why. Stop, don't say it. He put his hand on her mouth, but Wen was too frustrated to stop and let her anger to herself anymore, as she took the opportunity and let everything out on him while he listened to everything she said quietly with lowered head. Wen let out her anger and frustration through her words, which were filled with hurt and pain. I hate you. You, it's all your fault. Why do you have to be this mean? You're such a. Do you realize how much I care for you, but you just treat me like I'm nothing? You're the worst, Jungkook. I hate you. Please leave and never show your face to me. Jungkook is widened while tears of pain were dripping from his eyes. I'm sorry. She heard him speaking in a small voice. I'm honestly sorry for everything, baby, but I can't explain. Can you hear me, please? I know I can justify it or let go of your pain, but really have explanation for my words. Once breath got caught on her throat as she heard his words. She could sense his sincerity and regret, which broke her heart in pieces. She sniffled, and tears continued to drip down her face, but she composed herself and nodded, letting him explain the side of the story. I love you, Wayne. I am deeply madly in love with you, and that's why it hurts so much when you ignore me and give someone else importance instead of me. He sobs with a chuckle, wiping the edge of his eyes. One looked at him, shocked. She was completely taken aback by his confession. She was speechless as she listened to every word he said intently. Her heart was beating rapidly at his confession. He was so sincere, her heart throbbed painfully at every sob. She couldn't stand seeing him like this. You love me, he nods quietly. Then what about everything I heard in the library? Jinky took a deep breath in an attempt to compose himself before speaking again. You know my best friend? Why not? He told me that he loves Jojo when I was stunned. He's a good person, so I back away from my feelings. And that day he was there too, in the library. I got irritated and said things I didn't mean. It hurt to see you and Sal like that, but I never told you. Just kept it to myself and continued to say stupid things because I want to see you happy, and I thought you knew will keep you happy. One mouth open in shock. She remembered rejecting Yunwa proposal a few days ago. As she wanna Jungkook. Both of them were best friends too, but he think about him instead of her. To say she was hurt could be understatement. as she felt her heart breaking with every word he said. She couldn't believe that he was acting like this because he thought it would make her happy, but it did the complete opposite of that. She was hurt and sad, but at the same time, she knew that Jungkook didn't mean these words. Jungkook, I don't care about you, no, I only care about you. You see that? He nods. Will overhead. I'm disappointed. Please don't say like this. You hurt me, John. She blinks. Do not cry again. I'm sorry, my love, and I know I hurt you. That's why I confronted him today, and he told me you rejected him. I also confessed my feelings about you. He goes limp. I'm sorry about everything. I am. Please forgive me. I'm really sorry, princess. One felt a wave of feeling go over her body when he called her by all these nicknames. Her heartbeat increased rapidly at how you ran. But do you deserve forgiveness? What if you do it again? Why do I trust you, John? I don't have a big heart. Some mom tears roll down her eyes. Well, I'm sorry, baby. I really am sorry for everything, my love. Please try to trust me. I promise I will never do something like this. Trust me, it hurts me to see you distant and away from me. He sobs too. I don't know if either I could forgive you or not, Jungkook, she muttered softly as tears continued to trickle down her cheeks. He cupped her cheeks and wiped her tears softly with his thumb. I know, but please don't cry. I don't like your tears, my love, he murmured softly, and before she knew, mine eyes widened. It felt good. It feels perfect to be with you when he murmured near her. Can we, he gulps, we give it a try? Please, can you please forgive me? Of course, we can give it a chance. You beg. I would try to forgive you too, but you didn't earn it, she muttered softly. His smile widened as he snuggled in her neck. She could feel him nestling in her skin. You were so clingy, she muttered softly and lightly patted his soft hair. I want to be clingy forever. What could it help but giggle as she gently grabbed his chin and moved it upwards so she could look into his eyes. You gonna be clingy forever? She said in a playful tone as she looked into his eyes with a soft smile. He nods. You're mine, Jungkook, and I'm yours. I won't forgive you again if you did something like this ever again. He whispered before softly trailing her fingers over his back. He pulled her more closer, his breath fanning her. Don't start something you weren't able to complete. She gulps, maintaining a safe distance, and he chuckles, intervening her hands with his. One felt her cheeks turn pink with his words, but she couldn't help but chuckle at how his recollections changed, making him smirk internally. Who says I won't be able to finish it? Maybe I'm just teasing you, baby, she said with a playful smile while tightening her grip on his hand gently. He chuckled slightly, relaxed. Don't need to act with me. We have whole life for this. Her smiles widened as she nods, putting her hand on his shoulder. Promise me you will never do what you did earlier, and you will talk with me if something bothers you. He nods quietly. I promise. Thanks for watching.